I felt today more than ever that in India, we need multiple entrepreneurs. We don't need 5,000 and 10,000 joining the system every year. We need 1 million people. A job of an entrepreneur is not to be a sole proprietor. The job of an entrepreneur is to create more jobs. And I'm not just saying this from a jobs point of view or a skilling point of view. But if you're an entrepreneur, if you're thinking big, I think we'll be able to solve a lot more problems. So that was one. And I think my other motivation was that not enough is being spoken about failure. And that fear, before failure comes fear, and then comes failure. And the point is that fear only, if you refuse to get off the fence, then how are you going to be able to cross the boat? And the point is not just the first time. The fear gets bigger. The failures do get bigger. If somebody asks me today, what is my biggest failure? I'm saying it's yet to come. Now, if you have that approach and you have that mentality, then it's very important for you to understand that you will get by. So I think if I were to take to your specific question, over the last 2-3 decades, what's been my 2 or 3 mantras? I think the first one for me would have been staying the course, which is that you don't get into entrepreneurship and start making a deal with yourself. It is more about absolutely staying the course. And I think if I'm here and having this lecture with many of you all, it's because I stayed the course. Otherwise, every failure is a full stop. Every failure is a time to give up. Every failure is the time to put your hands up. So I think the very, very aspect of being there and being very clear and you're staying the course, I think was one of my first and continued learnings. I think the second one, being a first generation entrepreneur, is value for money. Because as a first generation entrepreneur, especially at a time where there were no angel investors, no private equity, none of that, the entire context of today, everyone feels, oh, I'll start as soon as I get funding. Why? Why is that the only benchmark? Why is that the only badge of honor? And the real entrepreneurs are the ones who will start regardless of that. And you will find the solutions for that. Because then it teaches you intrinsic value for money, which I think has been an incredible learning for me. And maybe the third one for me, I think, is building a temperament of zero entitlement. When you start as a first generation entrepreneur, you get kicked around a lot. You get taken for granted, you get kicked around, everyone is showing you the boot in many ways. So you learn to have zero entitlement. And the reason I say this today is I feel a lot of young entrepreneurs, budding entrepreneurs and already existing entrepreneurs, to have a strong sense of entitlement. Oh, this, otherwise I would have done that. Oh, nobody's mostly on funding. There's a sense of entitlement that the world owes you a living. It doesn't. And the stronger you understand that, the better an entrepreneur you're going to be, not just in the short term, but in the long term.